You can never win. Part 2, bitches.
Now I'm psycho when I'm off my cycle. The week that I'm bleeding, believe me, it's killing season. I'm retreating from breeding my inner demons. When I'm believing, deceiving if you don't see it. My thoughts is deadly as weaponry when I think.
Pink ladies, T-birds, just happen to be watchers of my shit. Welcome to the first episode of Yaass Witch. I'm that witch, Jimmi Pynk. And the first episode, we are going to go over the 1998 film Practical Magic, starring Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. Or should I say Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock, because Nicole Kidman had first billing. But anyway, so darling, the look goes as follows. I'm giving you a little bit of classic witch. We got the good black hat. We got the good long wavy hair. I don't really do scraggly. We got a little lace going. I don't know if you can really see it. Lace in the back. Shut the fuck up, Facebook Messenger. We got the traditional witch skirt. And what witch's costume would be complete without pointy black Mary Janes or pointy black boots? You will see pointy black boots later on. So, first things first. Oh, you want to play that way. No matter. Anyway, so, Practical Magic is a 1998 film. And you have to understand that this film probably could not be made with these stars at any other time but 1998. Borrowing a little bit from Todd in the Shadows. But in this case, it's absolutely true. You have Sandra Bullock, who is really... This is the pinnacle of when she is becoming America's sweetheart. Speed was 4 years ago. Miss Congeniality was 2 years after this. This is what, you know, she was a big enough name, but of course she became second billing to Nicole Kidman, who had already been an established actress. However, in 1995 is when she did To Die For, and she was Dr. Chase Meridian in Batman Forever. She was taking less serious roles. And then a couple years after that was Moulin Rouge. For Sandra Bullock, like I said, a couple years after that was Miss Congeniality. So this film doesn't happen with these two actresses and this silly-ass premise at any other time. Now, the other thing is you have supporting cast, which they were raised by their two aunts, played by Stalker Channing, which you might best know as Rizzo from Grease, that's my bitch, and Diane Wiest, who I just have to say, I don't know who else could have been well suited as the roles as the quirky aunts. Okay, this is not Sabrina the Teenage Witch. They're older. They've been witches for a long time, and that's what it is. So I'm going to try to go through the plot without looking at the notes. Now, what we have, in all essence, is a love story. However, for those of y'all Disney files that be like, oh, Frozen was so groundbreaking because the true love was actually between sisters. Oh, bitch, this did it first. This did it first. This is Frozen with a twist of motherfucking lime. They did it first. Okay? So we start the story out with the history. So they have this old aunt from back in like the Salem witch days. And she was basically a whore. She was fucking everybody's husband. She had lovers or whatever. So she was set to be hung. Of course, she was actually a fucking witch. So she got free and she ran off to this island, which is where the whole film takes place. Well, the main part of the film takes place. And she was pregnant. And she thought her lover was going to come and save her. And he never did because side bitches don't fucking win. So she was in so much pain on this island all by herself that she cast a spell on herself that she would never feel this type of hurt again. Somehow that manifests into being a curse. But it's not a curse that they can't fall in love. The curse is that any man that ever falls in love with an Owens woman will die. Okay. So, lo and behold, down the line, you have this pretty redhead witch that are our main character's mother, and she was married and happy and had the kids, and she heard the death beetle. Yes, that's a plot device. The death beetle, that's how you know your true love is going to die. So she hears the death beetle, and the husband dies. She dies of a broken heart, and now this is when, as little girls, the character's name, Sandra Bullock, is Sally, and Nicole Kidman is Jillian. This is when they go to live with their aunts, Jet, and what was that? Who is Diane Weist, and Aunt Frances, who is Stalker Channing. And it's adorable because the theme is like on running that one has dark hair and one has red hair. Which, if you really think about it, is odd that no main character has blonde hair. So they go to live with them, and they grow up and they raise them, and they are raising them to do magic. And Sandra Bullock's character, which we will call Sally from now on, is actually have a natural talent for making potions. She has a natural talent for it. She's good at it. Jillian, not so much. So we're established very early on that Sally, the older sister, is the one that's the straight and narrow one, and Nicole Kidman, who we'll call Jilly or Jillian, is the wild child. So once they grow up, Jillian realizes, like, I hate this town. We see how, like, everybody dogs them because they're witches, and they get made fun of, and are getting picked on and all this shit, because everybody knows they're witches. Everybody know they witches, but they get picked on or whatever. So Jillian eventually leaves. I'm leaving a major plot point out. So when they're little and they find out the story of their mom and their dad and all this stuff, it's established very early on. Jillian is like, I can't wait to fall in love. And Sally is like, I never want to fall in love. Sally makes a spell. Sally makes a spell for this man that she doesn't think exists, so that therefore she can never have true love. Therefore she can never die of heartache like her mother did, so she can never actually fall in love. In the meantime, Jillian leaves with some dude. And what I tell you, Jillian is a motherfucking murderer. She know about the curse. She is hot to fucking trot. And that bitch is out here fucking making dudes fall in love with her and offing these niggas. Like, they dying. Because that's the curse, right? After this happens, and, you know, Sally is basically just following her aunts around. She real nerdy. She wearing glasses. She only wear her hair in like a raggedy ponytail. Like, not even interested. The aunts cast a spell just for her, you know, honest to God, just for her to get a little dick. Like, come on, like, you a grown woman. You gotta do it, you know. You ain't got to find Mr. Right, but Mr. Right now. They basically cast a spell so she can get some dick. But they cast this spell not ever thinking that Sally is going to fall in love with the dude. But she does. They fall in love. They get married. She has 2 little girls, one brunette, one redhead. But they never thought she was going to fall in love with the husband. So the husband dies, and she has to end up moving back in with the aunts. Which, of course, at this point is when they tell her they are the ones that cast a spell for her to even like the dude in the first place. But they never thought that she would really fall in love with him. So she like, that's it. Magic. That's canceled. We're not doing that. You're not teaching my kids how to do that, because she ends up having to move back in with her aunts. Which I didn't really understand that. Like, why do you? You have your own business and you basically work from home. Like, why did you have to move back in with your aunts? But I digress. Of course, it's a story about fucking witches. It's got plot holes, okay? So then we go to, I guess, her and her sister are connected because they did this thing where they cut their hands and put their blood together before Jillian left. So now, from now on, they can feel each other. Like, they can talk to each other telepathically, and, like, they can feel each other. So she, you know, is sad about her husband. She looks at her hand, and she's calling for her sister. Her sister feels it. Now, her sister is with Dr. Luca from ER, Johnny Angel. which is, to me, probably like the first dude that she really felt like she really was in love with, and not just dudes falling in love with her and she was fucking him and killing him. But she goes and she has to put belladonna in his drink because he's just so goddamn thirsty for some pussy that he don't leave her alone. So she has to slip a little belladonna in his tequila so that she can get some rest. So he does that so she can leave. She comes, sees the sister. She goes back. Well, dude turns into, there's a stranger in our house and fucking pops off and hits her. So now she's scared. She calls for her sister. She actually called her on the phone, though, which is fucking crazy because, well, no, I'm sorry. She felt that it was her calling on the phone, but I'm like, y'all telepathic wise, you calling on the phone saying, can you please come get me? Y'all can feel each other, right? Okay, but anyway. So she knows it's Jillian. She catches a flight. She goes and gets her sister. She goes to get in the car to try to get her lucky tiger's eye, because once again, she's a witch, so shit like that means something to her. And he in the car. So he basically kidnaps her, tells the sister, you need to drive, whatever. What have you. He wilding out. Of course, they telepathic, so she telling Sandra Bullock, hey, that belladonna is in my bag. We need to knock him out. Well, Sandra Bullock puts too much in and he dies. They scared. Sandra Bullock. I'm sorry to call them by their character names. Fuck it. Sandra Bullock is like, I got kids, bitch. I ain't got time. I'm not trying to do Orange is the New Black right now. I got kids. She like, Nicole Kidman is like, you right. I don't want you to lose your kids. They really do love each other, even though like they're polar opposites. Like they are very, very close. Again, this is Frozen with a twist of lime. So they come up with this great idea that they gonna bring him back to life. Well, we can't do that because he's gonna come back as something unnatural. It don't matter. Just bring him back so we don't go to prison. So they bring him back, and shit goes wrong. He comes back as something darker than natural and goes start trying to kill Nicole Kidman again. And Sandra Bullock beat that bitch with a frying pan actually, but knocks him over the head. He dead again, supposedly. But remember, they brought him back as something unnatural. So they kill him again, but when they kill him again, they didn't kill some whole other shit. They ain't kill a human. They killed some whole monster mash type shit. So now what we have is a little bit of a situation. They bury him under the ground or whatever. Now the aunts went somewhere with the kids. The kids was not around. The aunts wasn't around. They come back. And everything is all good. Like, the kids love their Aunt Jillian. The aunts is glad to see Jillian because she been gone for a while. I guess Jillian just came just to talk to her sister that first time, or maybe it was astral projection, but I swear I saw her driving in the car, so I thought she actually came, but nobody seen her the first time she came. Because magic. And everybody is happy, and they kicking it, and they got this ritual of midnight margaritas. So, you know, I guess now the girls is old enough to do midnight margaritas. So, like, they all excited. We doing midnight margaritas, which I love that scene because they was really getting drunk. And you can tell, and it's fucking amazing. But then they find out the tequila was Jimmy Angel's tequila. And where did this come from? And they start singing the song Jimmy Angel was singing before he died. Without the aunts, because they've been practicing witchcraft all along. They're all natural witches. They all still have powers, even though Sandra Bullock really don't use hers. But, you know, the aunts are like the supremes, basically. So they like, nah. Something ain't right. And they bounce. They break camp. Like, clean up your own shit. Y'all grown now. Clean up your own shit. We gonna wrap these ropes around the kids' necks. Don't take them off, because your mama and your aunt got to learn. And you'll be protected. But fuck all that. We out. So they leave. In the meantime, now they looking for Johnny Angel. Jimmy Angel. I don't call him Johnny Angel. Jimmy Angel. Now they looking for Dr. Luca. The detective comes. Now he comes with sunglasses on. Of course, the detective ends up being the guy from the Love Spell. From when she was a kid. One green eye, one blue eye. Favorite shape is a star. I don't know if you being a fucking cop and your badge is a star means that your favorite shape is a star. But whatever, it works. But they find the kid's diary. And the kids find their mom's diary, and they come to find out they're the ones to figure out the guy is the guy from the curse. So now they want to keep him around like they all geeked and shit. Which, what fucking kids do you know just lost their dad? Because this ain't no shit that happened over the course of a motherfucking year, nigga. This is like a couple months. Y'all just lost y'all dad and y'all already geeked up like, ooh, mommy cast a spell for the right one and the right one here. Stepdad. And just, like. But again, movie, plot hole. Anyway. So then we gets down to, and there's subplots. There's a lot of subplots to come back into play. Like, Sally, Sandra Bullock, wants to be so fucking normal and she mad because she's never the top of the phone tree. So, Nicole Kidman comes in, does her magic, and makes her the top of the phone tree. For whatever reason that means something to you. Whatever. Anywho, so now we have, some shit goes down. So the cops is looking for the dude. The cop really know they did it. They had something to do with him disappearing. The motherfuckers never got rid of his car. His car is still in the fucking driveway. Like, just dumb shit. They bury him. Roses grow overnight. Some dumb shit. Anyway, what eventually ends up happening is dude ends up possessing Nicole Kidman. Like, if I got to go, bitch, you coming with me from the inside out. I'm taking your ass with me. So at this point now, Sandra Bullock is trying to figure it out, but also Sandra Bullock and the motherfucking officer of the goddamn law is falling in love, which that is. We know that's who that is, and that's the spell and all this, but how fast that shit jumped off, bitch. And once again, this ain't been like no couple years since the dad died. This been a couple months. Anywho, so finally the aunts in their infinite wisdom realize shit it's getting kind of hectic. We got to come back. They can't handle their shit. So when they come back, that's when they find out Nicole Kidman is possessed. So now it's time to cast a spell. Can we cast this motherfucker out? Can we banish him to, ashes, ashes, dust, get his spirit where it's supposed to be? Can we do that? And they come to find out this is when the phone tree comes in. Oh. Well, shit. We really need 12 witches. You got some friends? These is bitches that they done grew up with. They done dogged her all along. They kids be throwing shit at her kids. When they was kids, they was throwing shit at her. But now, all of a sudden, let's use the phone tree. Hey, you know all that shit y'all thought about me because I'm a witch? Blah, 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 etc. Yeah, it's all true. But check this out. My sister is possessed by a demon, and I'm going to need y'all to come over and bring a broom. And the bitches all come. Which where? How? Wait, listen. Once again, like I said, plot hole because movie. We know you're witches. Our parents been coming to your aunts for love spells and shit for years. We know y'all witches. We've been dogging y'all because y'all witches, but secretly fucking wanting to fuck with y'all. And all of a sudden some shit coming. My sister is possessed by a demon. We need y'all to get her out to save her life. And y'all bitches all came with open arms and brooms. One bitch from Troop Beverly Hills that was the assistant troop leader, Mary Gross. This bitch coming with a dustbuster like I ain't got a broom. Long story short, they try to do this seance to get him up out. So they doing this spell, and the aunts is like, come in, do this, do this, do this. So this is what we got to do. We got to take these brooms. We got to do this. Go in a circle. We got to get this motherfucker out, and it don't work. Sandra Bullock is kind of freaking out because her sister is in pain. So at which point, they done kind of gave up, but all the ladies is still there. They all still there. because movie magic. And I can see the ones that like work. Margot Martindale is also in this movie. That's my girl. She works for Sandra Bullock. It's another blonde lady. I don't know if she's, I think she's like a Wiccan, but she's not like a natural witch. But they work with her in her shop. I can see them still being there, but all the bitches from the PTA, y'all still there, while Sandra Bullock is just lying on the ground next to her sister. And they showed the passage of time because they lit candles from the beginning, and now the candles is down here, and everybody just still there chilling while Nicole Kidman is dying. Anyway, finally, Sandra Bullock has an epiphany. And she like, I know what to do. So now the tequila comes back into play. Like, tequila has been, we got a lot of plot devices in this story. Tequila is one of them. El Diablo tequila is a specific brand at that. That's what the belladonna goes in. That's what Jimmy Angel always drink. That's what she puts the belladonna in the first time. That's what they put the belladonna in to kill him. That's what shows up on the porch and they drinking when they die. I mean, you know, when they figure out something is wrong, they doing that scene. So she goes and gets plot hole. When they figured out that bottle came from Jimmy, they smashed the bottle in the sink. This specific brand, they make it a point for them to show you the El Diablo brand, like this is Jimmy's brand tequila. So when you come back and you decide, I know how to get this motherfucker out, I'm gonna come bring this tequila. It's a bottle of El Diablo tequila with like this much tequila in it. Because magic, I guess. What you do, summon the bottle back up. If y'all did that off screen. If you did, I guess they summoned the bottle back up, or it was a glamour. I don't fucking know. But they're like, and on top of that, if you dead, do you still want liquor? So she like, I got some candy, little boy. Blow pop. I know you want this good El Diablo tequila, bitch. Come on, come get it, nigga. And he comes back up through Nicole Kidman, tries to get it, and then they catch him. And then that's when at the beginning where they do the blood, cut their hands, and that comes back, and it's a big montage of them showing people holding hands and they sisterly love. And because of that, they're now able to vanquish the demon. Even though they're not saying the original incantation that they were saying no more. They're in the circle with the brooms, but they're not saying the incantation. It's just because Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman's love for each other as sisters is so strong that she came back and that pushed the demon out. All that did was contain him in the circle. Frozen with a twist of lime. So now, this the shit that I'm like, okay, now y'all losing me. Y'all losing me. So now you got his ashes is like up like this. Oh, I'm sorry. They wasn't even in the circle. They was just all sitting around. They wasn't broom to broom no more. They was just sitting around and the ashes like this. So now they're like, all right, ladies, let's clean up. So they start sweeping the ashes out the house. Y'all witches, y'all done call every mama in town to go do this. Why the fuck y'all ain't just do that outside on top of his grave to begin with? Why are y'all inside doing that shit? Since y'all have to sweep these ashes outside, which, by the way, for anybody that has ever swept with a fucking broom, do you ever get all the shit up with a broom? No, you don't. Not ever. And you talking about some goddamn ashes of a demon. Where the bitch with the dust buster? Hit that dust buster. We gonna suck him up with the dust buster and empty the motherfucking dust buster out. But maybe that was part of the spell because magic. Anyway, so finally they sweep him up. They done made this big ass motherfucking bowl of tomato soup. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of spell that's supposed to bind him to the spirit world. They pour it over his grave and it's done. Now, we have everything is good. Dude from Arizona that was supposed to be the cop was just like, oh, I love you, and this was a bad dude anyway. And since I seen the demon and all, which, by the way, his badge burnt a hole in the demon because magic. That was never explained why his badge fucked with the motherfucking demon. Anyway, he now ends up going to get her off. The death was accidental. Say what now? Which, how, who, where, what, why. But it was accidental. And now, oh, I really love him. Now, I'm a sim for him, and now we gonna be together. They never said the curse was broke. They never said the curse was broke. I guess it's all good now. Because they end up together, and everybody is happy. And now the town holds them as witches, and on Halloween, they all get on the top of their house, the kids, the aunts, and the sisters, and they dress up like this in traditional witch garb, and they have umbrellas, and they Mary Poppins they way motherfucking down to the ground, and everybody loves it, and everything is wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow. Again, you couldn't have made this movie another time in 1998. And not it be not a kid's movie. Because this is not a kid's movie. This is a movie that was in the theaters. This was for adults, bitch. Like, this wasn't no kid's movie. So, anyway, if I had to score it out of 5 brooms, I would give it a 3.5. It's a good watch. It's a decent watch. You have stellar actresses. If you think about it, later on, Stalker Channing was nominated for an Oscar. She didn't win. But she was nominated for so many other things. Emmys for The West Wing, Tony Awards. Like, she's an excellent actress. Diane Weiss has gone on to win an Oscar. Our 2 leads, Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, have both gone on to win Oscars, even though both of them won Oscars for questionable roles that I don't think they should have won the Oscar for. But they did win them. And they did go on to do much more important work. So, all in all, if you like the supernatural, if you like witches, which if you don't like witches, why the fuck would you watch Yaass, which, because that's all we're going to be talking about. I definitely say watch it. It's good. I will say, when it came out and I watched it, it wasn't as predictable as it is now, because a lot of the tropes that are in the movie have now become commonplace in fantasy movies. So there's that for you. But anyway, I want to thank you for rocking with me on my first episode of Yaass Witch. And I'm that witch, Jimmi Pynk. If you are not a pink lady or a T-bird or part of my motherfucking circle, I forget what it's called now, the witch thing, because I've been drinking. But click on that little picture right there of me dressed as Sailor Moon, the skinnier. And also check out my review of Riverdale, because that show is actually fucking better than what you expect. But I want to thank you once again for rocking with me. Follow me on Twitter, same way it's spelled here, Jimmy with the I, Pynk with the Y, and Hocus Pocus, I'm the mostest. Deuce. I'm laying it on the track basket. Random thoughts thrown out like Doc Dilly. Depart these mocks that think they hot, they not. The world should stop and drop.